For hundreds of years, the British royal family lived by this invisible but totally unbreakable rulebook. It told them how to act, what to say, even what to wear. And then, along came Diana, a princess who took one look at that rulebook and decided, you know what? It's time for a rewrite. So, if you've ever wondered what happens when royalty goes rogue, you're in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the velvet curtain and see how one woman, quietly but with so much determination, changed a 1,000-year-old institution from the inside out. All right, so you'd think a royal rebellion might start, behind closed doors. But nope, not for Diana. Her very first act of defiance happened on the biggest stage you can possibly imagine, with the entire world watching her wedding. She was sending a message right from day one. It all came down to one single word. See, for centuries, every royal bride, even the queen herself, promised to obey her husband. It was just tradition. But when it was Diana's turn, she quietly had that word taken out. I mean, what a statement. She was telling the world this was going to be a partnership, a marriage of equals. And oh, it did not stop at the altar. Take her engagement ring. Normally, a royal ring is some priceless, one-of-a-kind heirloom. But Diana, she picked hers out of a public jewelry catalog. Think about that. It meant, for the very first time, anyone could go buy the exact same ring as a princess. It was her way of closing that huge gap between the royals and, well, everyone else. But if you ask me, where her rebellious spirit really shines is how she was as a mother. She basically threw out centuries of old-school hands-off royal parenting and decided her boys were going to have a much different kind of childhood. The old palace way, babies were born at home, tucked away from public view, then educated by governesses inside the palace walls. It was all very Rapunzel in a tower. Diana was like, nope, not happening. She gave birth in a public hospital, and then she sent Prince William to a public preschool. He was the first future king to ever start his education outside palace walls. She was so determined to give them a taste of normal life. Can you even picture the future king of England in line at a theme park or chowing down on a McDonald's hamburger? Well, Diana made sure it happened. She wanted them to see life beyond those gilded gates. She even brought a 9-month-old William on an official tour to Australia, which was completely unheard of. But maybe the best, most perfect story that just sums her all up happened at a totally normal event, a school sports day. It was this moment that just so beautifully captures her fun, spontaneous spirit. That's right, she's at the sports day, she sees the other moms lining up for their race, and what does she do? Instead of just watching politely from the sidelines, she kicks off her shoes and just runs for it, barefoot, laughing the whole way. In that one moment, she wasn't Her Royal Highness, she was just a mom, having fun. Okay, so let's shift gears and talk about her fashion. Because for Diana, an outfit was never just an outfit. Her wardrobe was her secret weapon. It was a way she could communicate without saying a single word and tear down some of those stuffy, old-fashioned rules. For instance, the color black. In the royal family, you only wear black when you're in mourning. That's it, it's the rule. But Diana? She'd wear these incredible black dresses to parties, like that unforgettable revenge dress. Same with makeup. The rule was to keep it neutral, almost invisible. Diana loved her bright blue eyeliner and her bold red nail polish. They were little acts of rebellion that showed the world her personality. But honestly, her biggest fashion statements weren't about color. They were about connection. She made a very deliberate choice to stop wearing two things that were basically a royal uniform. And her reason why was so simple and so perfect. She famously said, you can't cuddle a child in a hat. She got rid of the big hat so she could get close to kids. And she ditched the gloves because she wanted to actually feel the skin of the person whose hand she was shaking. These weren't fashion choices, they were about empathy. And that's really the crucial point here. All of these small rebellions, the wedding vows, the way she raised her kids, the clothes she wore, they were all leading up to her most powerful legacy, totally changing how royalty connects with people. She basically invented this thing that people now call the eye-level approach. Instead of standing over children or people in wheelchairs, making them look up at her, she would always crouch down. She met them on their level. It seems so simple, but it was a revolutionary act that completely broke down that wall between royals and regular people. Now, to really understand the power of her human touch, we have to go back in time. We're talking about the 1980s. The AIDS crisis was terrifying, and there was so much fear and just awful misinformation out there. People were being treated like outcasts. The year is 1987, a time when so many people tragically and incorrectly believed you could get AIDS just by touching someone who had it. And in this intense climate of fear, Diana, the Princess of Wales, walked into a hospital and did something so simple, yet so incredibly profound. She shook the hand of a man who was sick with AIDS, and she did it without a glove. That one photo went around the world, and with that single gesture, she challenged all the stigma, she fought the misinformation, and she showed the world that what people needed was compassion, not fear. It was just an absolute masterclass in using her power for good. So, what does it all add up to? Well, Diana's little rebellions, they weren't just making headlines. They fundamentally changed the monarchy forever, pulling it, sometimes kicking and screaming, into the modern world. By showing emotion, she humanized the whole institution. By getting rid of the hats and gloves, she made real connection a priority. By championing causes like AIDS, she totally redefined what royal duty even means. And now, you can see her legacy every day in her sons, who carry on that same hands-on, open-hearted approach. Which kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. By breaking all those rules, by forcing the monarchy to be more human and more in touch, did the royal rebel actually end up being the one who saved the very institution she seemed to be fighting against?